Alright guys, before we start the Protect the President comp or video, I wanted to show you guys why Armarouge's Fire Spin works similar to like Petal Dance, but a little bit different, and the reason why it's so powerful. For the items I played Spoon, Muscle Band, and Focus Band. Spoon just for spreading the special defense from the enemies, Muscle Band because auto attacks are really powerful on Armarouge, and Focus Band for sustainability. For the emblems I played 7 black emblems and 6 green. This is my emblem page for mages in general. You can probably optimize it with the golden Lugia, for example. But I think this emblem page is pretty good for the fire spin build. I'm not gonna go too in depth about how Armarouge works, but basically there's a website called UniteDB where you can learn how a character works because it explains everything what the character does, the damage numbers, the ratios, and the reduced damage. And it says on the passive that every time Armarouge receives special attack damage, the next abilities that the Pokemon receives reduced by 20%. So he has reduced damage by 20% for I think 6 seconds. And why is it important? Because Fire Spin reduces damage as well for like 20%. So every time you activate your Fire Spin and you hit an enemy, your Fire Spin stays for 6 seconds. Normally Fire Spin only stays for 3 seconds. But if you auto attack an enemy with the Fire Spin, so if you use 3 auto attacks, every time you use an auto attack, the Fire Spin cooldown is increased by 1 second. So 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You can see it as well from the minibar that is showcasing it. And why is this build so strong? So basically, you receive 20% less damage if you get special attack damaged. So Armarouge is pretty good into special attackers specifically, or special attackers in general. When you're level 13, your Flame Charge Plus gives you damage reduction on your Flame Charge. So if you hit your Flame Charge, you get another damage reduction. So on top of the passive that activates when you receive special attack damage, you have the Fire Spin that gives you special defense and defense, and you have the level 13 Flame Charge that gives you even more damage reduction. So the character has a lot of damage reduction. And I see the Fire Spin Armarouge build is a special attack all-rounder that works like Venusaur, but even stronger. I double checked again. So basically Fire Spin gives you 25% damage reduction. Flame Charge Plus gives you 20% damage reduction. And the passive gives you 20% damage reduction. Which means you have the passive, the Fire Spin, and the Flame Charge that gives you all damage reduction. So this character is just extremely powerful, and basically every time you use an ability, the enemy is marked, and the mark stays for 7 seconds, and if you activate the Fire Spin, the mark explodes and deals additional damage. So that's really powerful. It has a cooldown, but basically if you come off fight, you're just gonna keep activating the mark and just doing additional damage. And every time you activate your Fire Spin and you have to boost the auto attack, you get close range auto attacks that deal so much damage. So basically, we can showcase this on this Venusaur. He's level 15. I'm gonna use Flame Charge, Fire Spin, and then I'm gonna use auto attacks. And I'm dealing so much damage, and I'm receiving less damage. This is how the build works. For the ultimate, I think the ultimate is pretty bad. I think how you wanna use the ultimate is basically just for cooldown reduction, because the ultimate gives you cooldown reduction on your abilities. So basically what I do is, I'm gonna use the ultimate when I'm in danger, and I'm gonna use it to dodge CC. Because when you use the ultimate, you're unstoppable, and then you can just dodge CC, push the enemies away from you, and then just keep repositioning yourself. And if you have a support with this build, you're gonna be unstoppable, and it's gonna be really, really powerful. We will showcase this in the Protect the President comp right now. So yesterday at night, me and my friends decided to play Armarouge, and it was a draft mode game. And we basically first picked Armarouge, and 3 supports plus an Upsor, because the speedster gives you a little bit more space for your teammates. My Upsor did 30 kills, I did 19 kills, and I did 227k damage, my Upsor did 163k. I'm gonna showcase you guys now the replay, because I saved it, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it. I already explained to you guys why Fire Spin works the way it is, and why it's so aggressive in the just the entire game basically. I played Armarouge on top lane. I think I played it with the Comfy. And I think Armarouge early game is really, really strong. In Cannon Rate, or the ability that burns you, deals so much burning damage, and I think people don't expect it. So if you use the burning damage on top of the auto attacks with the passive, it deals an absurd amount of damage. So this is the game where you play Protect the President up at top lane side with the comfy. They decided to pick Charizard, Slowbro, and Mimikyu to lock me down and not make me able to play the game. However, they don't know that Armarouge doesn't care. So basically, you always want to skip the double bunnies. If you skip the double bunnies in the middle, you can be in priority. So basically, because they didn't skip it, we had priority in the middle. So we can auto-attack them and have the position for the ball toy. So that they will receive a lot of damage because they didn't decide to skip the bunnies. So they take longer time to go towards the lane. This is how normally top lane works. If you don't have any secure, what I would recommend you is just auto-attacking the enemies. Keep auto-attacking them. Don't auto-attack the farm. And only try to look for the farm if it's getting extremely low. So here we tried to get the last hit. We didn't get it sadly. I think I'm getting this one. My absolute is ganking. So basically, you're baiting your enemy into fighting you constantly and delaying the farm on the circle. Because you don't really have any secure, so the best thing you can do is auto-attack, auto-attack, auto-attack the enemies. Now Swablos are spawning. Armarouge pre-level 5 doesn't really have the best Swablu fighting, as you can see. My Absol is just getting most of them. We're just gonna try to fight. And in this scenario, the Charizard didn't respect my damage. So when I activated my ability and auto-attack them, look how much burning damage he receives. And he's dead. And then we get like a comeback XP, double buff, really nice. And now we have the Fire Spin. Again, Fire Spin increases its cooldown up to 6 seconds instead of 3 seconds if you auto-attack. Every time you auto-attack, it increases by 1 second, up to 3 times. So instead of having 3 seconds, it's 6 seconds. And as you can see, the passive activates. The passive stays for 7 seconds, and if you basically use Fire Spin, you will always activate the passive, and it deals increased damage because it explodes. Now that I'm level 6, and I'm playing with my comfy, I basically decide to invade the enemy jungle, and I'm just gonna stay in the enemy jungle for the entirety, almost of the entirety of this game. I have triple support. My Eldegoss is playing Leaf Tornado for Charizard, because Leaf Tornado Plus gives you, like blinds the enemy, not really blind the enemy, but the enemy cannot auto-attack for like, I think, 0.5 seconds. So the Charizard basically doesn't do any damage when he activates his ultimate. We decided to break the top lane goal zone because we want to push the top lane inside. So I think here we are taking the Swablos. And after we take the Swablos, we rotate towards bot lane side to help our team. While our Absol is pressuring the top lane, and also rotating towards bot lane with his level 9. So yeah, obviously you don't need to play with triple support when you play Armarouge, but having one support with the Fire Spin build is extremely powerful. So now we are rotating towards bot lane side, and now we are just fighting. And as you can see, I always use my Fire Spin on cooldown and just like X-speed onto the enemies and just go into them. So basically this ultimate usage was because the enemies didn't really pay attention to the ultimate, and I just activated to instantly kill them. And I go towards bot lane side. And again, like, you have damage reduction from the special attack, right? They are playing Delphox, Slowbro, and Clefable. If Slowbro, Delphox, or Clefable do damage on me, I get damage reduction by 20%. My Fire Spin gives me damage reduction to 25%. Look at the Charizard Unite move. He activates his Unite move, and it didn't do anything. Okay, I'm one level above him, but like the damage reduction is insane on this character. You can basically just spam off fight. Meanwhile, my Absol is just completely smurfing this game, while I'm taking the entire damage from the enemies. Just like perma-fight. And then, more damage reduction from the Blizzy Unite move. It's just a lot, like an absurd amount of damage reduction that this character can gain from just using Fire Spin. For example, like, what is the difference between Petal Dance Venusaur and this build? Petal Dance Venusaur has its Giga Drain kit to do damage reduction. He activates his Giga Drain the moment he receives damage, but there's no skill involved when you play Fire Spin. Because Fire Spin basically is an AoE damage, which gives you damage reduction constantly, because you don't really need to have any skill involved, right? So like, as you can see, I can just perma fight them and receive a single damage and just stay on the pad for the entirety of the game, basically. The auto attacks also give you like healing. And now I activate my ultimate defensively. The moment I drop low, and then just everyone explodes. So yeah, we're just going, keep fighting. And basically what we want to do is, when you play one like winning position, you don't really have a lot of farm, right? You have the red buff, you have the blue buff, and then there's nothing. What do the enemies have? They have top lane NDDs, they have bot lane NDDs, they have the Swabblers that spawn at 445 on top lane and bot lane. So what do you want to do when you play from a losing position? Obviously, you want to contest the Swabblers. So you want to rotate towards top lane and try to fight for the Swabblers. Do not give the enemies the farm for free without contesting it when you're in a winning position. Again, Charizard uses Unite move. I don't receive damage. He just dead instantly. I'm 3 levels above him. Dobby uses Unite move, next Unite move. No damage. I'm still full HP. Now I'm just gonna go in. And then the Blizzy again. Triple support, you don't have to play it, but as you can see, you're just keeping me alive constantly, and like everyone is just disappearing with the outfit as well. So basically, Armarouge is really powerful, and Absol is just smurfing this game. Also having a pentakill. Again, they use all their Unite moves, so now we're just staying on the pet. And I'm constantly fighting them. Nani Connie, the BBQ player, wrote me after this game. What the fuck is this character? Like, now that I'm level 13, every time I hit my flame charge, I also get 20% more damage reduction on top of the special attack damage reduction from my fire spin and my passive. The Kia Absol is dying, so Mimikyu got a good kill on him, but we are basically constantly just fighting. And my level is increasing and increasing, and because they are constantly fighting me, they're not farming, right? So here I overextended my boundaries, and I just died because I didn't hit my flame charge. So I think if I hit my flame charge there, I would have potentially killed them there. Okay, we have 20-second cooldown. I'm gonna go a bit faster. And then we are back to the game. So basically now I decide to go to the jungle, take the blue buff, because if you have the blue buff, technically you have like more potential of like hitting the targets. But as you can see, like you are so fast. If you play Fire Spin, I highly recommend you to play X Speed. Holy is a nice option as well. So one thing I also didn't mention in the guide before, if you have Fire Spin Plus, the Fire Spin Plus gives you increased movement speed when you activate it and hit enemies. So like on top of the Fire Spin that deals like that gets you special defense by a lot, you also get increased movement speed with the Fire Spin Plus. It's so powerful, like it's really broken. It's not really any skill involved. So like Charizard uses Unite move, Slobber uses Unite move on the Eldegoss, and the Eldegoss also gets Mimikyu Unite move. Basically, as you can see, I'm not really receiving a lot of damage, and then everyone is just disappearing with the Absol and the company. So now we decide to just fight a bit more. We could have decided to end the game, but we wanted to test our limits. We're gonna go on the Delphox and just one-shot them. So every time you activate Fire Spin and Flame Charge, your booster auto attack gets a close range booster auto attack, but the close range booster auto attack does so much damage. So again, that's the reason why I said it's a special attack all-rounder. Like as you can see, I'm a mage that is chasing the all-rounder / speedster Mimikyu. Like, this is not how it works. Now we decide to dive the enemy base and just have some little bit more fun. Constantly fighting and just... Obviously, if you don't have triple support, you want to play a bit more respectful, but we just wanted to try and test the limits at night. We're just diving the pad. Damage reduction from flame charge, damage reduction from receiving special attack damage, and then the passive that is just really OP with the Armarouge. And everyone just constantly healing me as well. Here we are scoring 50 to score even more points. And just like again, keep fighting. Hope you guys enjoyed this small walkthrough. Let me know if you guys want to see more like these type of videos. When I play SoloQ, obviously I play SoloQ. Sometimes I'm trying to experiment with my 5 stacks at night or with my friends. And this is like something I told them, okay, my chat told me yesterday, Fire Spin is not good. Fire Spin wasn't really good in the test server, but I tested Fire Spin myself, and as you can see, like, it is really, really powerful. Like, it's a Petal Dance Venusaur with no skill involved, and you basically just run into them. So a lot of Armarouge players use their Unite moves to deal damage, but I highly recommend you to use your Unite move to dodge CC or use it defensively. I don't think the Unite move is good offensively, except if the Gardevoir uses the Unite move and catches everyone, or you're in a bush and hiding, for example. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to not miss future content.